Hi guys, Coach Fenz here from FTP Training. In this week's video analysis, we're going to look at descending skills. Okay, we've seen in the Tour de France this year just how important descending can be. A lot of people nowadays with good fitness training can climb quite equally. But on the descent, you can make time and it's free time without using any energy. We saw Chris Froome do it this year when he attacked and got away from everyone on the descent. So I know that a lot of people have fears and concerns when they're going downhill. So it's really important to understand how you should corner, how the bike should be positioned, how your weight should be positioned on that bike, and just step by step go through the processes to make you descend better. Obviously in an event situation or race situation, you're often descending with lots of riders. This adds another complexity to it. However, if you're smooth, you're not on the brakes, everyone should be able to go around corners and go down a descent without causing any major issues. So we're going to look at that step by step. I'm going to talk you through the processes to get you descending like a Froomey at the Tour de France. All right, guys, I hope to catch you out on the road. Bye-bye.
Okay, so here we are. Now this week we're going to look at descending skills, a vitally important skill to make sure that, not only do you complete your event in a fast time, but that you're safe and you do it and you can get back home to get back to the wife or get out with your mates and enjoy the fact that you've just completed such a great event. So we all watch the Tour de France and we know how important descending is. If we go back a few years to Bradley Wiggins, he really lost his bundle on one of the big descents in the wet, and it really effectively ruined and lost him the Tour de France. He could climb as well as anyone else at that time, but was losing it on the descents. Conversely, if we look at Chris Froome this year, he attacked just over the climb and then descended better than anyone else to take some valuable seconds in this year's Tour de France. Descending, remember, uses no energy, therefore it's free speed to gain if you can do it correctly. All right, so we're going to look at some different video here, which is going to take us through descending skills. I'm going to talk you through what should be happening, what are you processing, how are you dealing with this corner, and what you're going to do to achieve the most, your safest but fastest negotiation of corners on descents. Okay, so as I'm coming into the corner here, I've already braked, okay? I've already scrubbed off the speed that I need to make sure that I'm not going to be braking in the actual apex of the corner. As soon as your bike's leant over and as soon as you're starting to actually go round the corner itself, it's very, very easy to realize, oh my God, I've gone too fast, and to, your instant reaction there is to hit on the brakes. This is where you lose control. This is where the front wheel skips out for you, especially if it's a little bit damp or a little bit wet. So as you come into the corner here, you will have started your braking. By here, you would have finished your braking, and especially the front brake. You're not going to touch the front brake anywhere beyond this point here, but generally you would have scrubbed off your speed and you're lining up to go around the corner. We could have swung from slightly further over this way, which would have meant we could then apex through that corner a little bit more. But basically, I've come in from over here and I've started to cut through that corner. Braking has been done. Okay, as soon as I'm into here, I'm actually looking at where I'm going to exit. I'm not looking here at the corner. What tends to happen is, it's a classic mistake. We tend to focus on the front wheel or very close. The field of focus, when we're starting to get a little bit tense, tends to become narrow, and we focus on what's happening right in front of us. This means that this is where you're going to end up. What you want to be doing is looking along the line that you're going to come out of the apex of the corner. And that means that as you're tilting your head to look out there, the body then leans the bike, but the body stays upright to allow you to create good pressure on the outside leg and to get around that corner nice and smoothly. Okay, let's go around a little bit more. Okay, now into this photo, what you can see is that the bike's leaning over quite a lot. I'm not actually using the bars to turn at all. The bike is leaning over, but my body is more upright here. Okay, and it's more upright here to create weight on this inside of the tyre, which gives me good grip. And the weight is placed solely on this outside leg. I'm looking up at apexing and I'm going around the corner. This is one style of descending and going around corners on a descent. A little bit more controlled. Now we're going to look at another descender coming through this same corner, a little bit more dynamic on his bike, and we can talk you through that process as well. Okay, so I'm lining through. Okay, so Josh Batty here, one of the Torque nutrition riders, a mountain biker, can see very aggressive in his position. And as he's coming around the corner, he's very low, which means he's getting lots of speed. But you can see again that the bike is leant over, but his body weight is pushing down on this outside leg, creating good traction and as much tyre to road interface as possible. Okay, as he's gone round, again, great shot to see it. Can really see that he's pushing down on that outside leg, and he's looking round and following the apex of that corner to exit perfectly. He hasn't had to adjust. He's not had to swing wide and go into any problems over here on the track. Now we're going to look at on-bike footage, so to see exactly what's happening, not only with the rider in front, myself, but also looking at what his bike is doing. Okay, so as we're coming into that corner, it's taking it a little bit wide. You can see the bike is really leaning over, but you can see that he's very central over here. Again, the same for me. Okay, I'm more on this outside leg and more of my weight is over here. You can see my head is tilted up and I'm looking at where I'm going to come through this corner. The on-bike footage really shows how far over the bike is leaning, but how straight he is as we're coming around this corner. Okay, nice and controlled, no braking, just letting the bike roll, holding that line and looking to exit the corner perfectly. Okay, these are the real techniques that we need to use. Again, in this video, we're just looking at it from front on and with speed, and you can see exit that corner nice and fast without having to really put the brakes on at all. Okay, we're going to look at it in real time, and again you can see the bike is leant over quite aggressively, but the body is upright. Okay guys, so this is what's really important when you're descending. So practice those skills, both on the right hand turns and left hand turns, because both are slightly different and we tend to favour one side rather than the other. But practice makes perfect, and remember that downhill, it's free speed. So get that right and you'll be going faster and getting faster times for your event. All right, guys, I hope to catch you out in the trail. Safe riding and enjoy it. Bye-bye.